fucking if they excuse me. I started rambling, fucking bitches and gambling. We was popping off in Tampa from the A to the Bay. We was fucking with the scammers, couple pounds in the closet, shit thinking like baby peppers. Reminiscing with my cousins, still wishing that we was family. Mr. Florida.
Okay, man. I wish I could take y'all back to the real good old days, man. When niggas was out there on that block really getting that cash type shit, man. But we progressed on, we moved on, man. You know what I'm talking about? We took our lumps, went through our struggles, man. After a while, same old shit, get over. Get bored.
I had a damn what they made. I'm from the city of days, sitting under the tree, smoking, we playing spades, working a 9 to 5, just wishing for better days. Either you gon' get that bag or work yourself to the grave. No go looking for love, cause that's how niggas get played. And I wish they would've woman, my closest niggas a chain. I lost a lot of friends to some of the dumbest things. From sitting on the porch to out of state on the plane. They never gave me shit, so I gave them the same thing. Coming from my city, we playing the same game. Living a different life, but sharing the same pain. These niggas think I'm tripping, I tell them to maintain. Mr. Florida.
Keep your head up, my nigga. Shit, we all gotta wait on our time, man. I've been patiently waiting on mine, but you never know when you're gonna blow. But boy, I got my head to the sky till the day I do. You feel me? I appreciate y'all for checking in, man. It's your boy, Mr. Florida. Bye.
Now, this first though, that's the laundry room. Next though, that's the bathroom. You can see my door crack, that's my room. You go in the first. That.
You said see your door crack, it's in your room?
You can leave that door. All right.
So now this door goes.
Cowabunga lifestyle. Gnarly gang.
This is JP Bangs Music.
Sack Chasers. Team 500. I'm Playboy, by the way. Stash spot, got guap, new wheel, drop top, bad babies at my spot. But you don't need to worry about what I got. Boss up, dumb eye, new stones in my watch. Cash up, cash high. Let them niggas know what I'm talking about. I got the wave now. 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 Hold up, I got the wave, hey. New surfboard, I'm surfing. Ball hard, do it on purpose. Little bit think she perfect. Hey, ran through the clip, she thirsty. All I wanna do is run a check up. Play with the blocks like Tetris. Ball made fresh, how you catch us? Pop shit, kick shit, David Beckham. I got the juice and I'm loving it. Goose out the bottle, no bubbly. Master the game, put my brothers in. Now it's scrubbed up like the government. Bitch, I get shaded, I fuck a friend. Mama had two, then I fuck a twin. Got a new plug, no more drought again. I might say fuck it, go buy a Benz. Stash spot, got guap, new wheel, drop top. Bad babies at my spot. But you don't need to worry about what I got. Boss up, dumb eye. New stones in my watch. Cash up, cash high. Let them niggas know what I'm talking about. I got the wave now. 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 I got the wave now.
What's happening, man? It's your boy, Mr. Florida. Got a special guest in the house tonight. Bro, tell everybody who you is, man.
All right. How you guys doing? My name is Lost Nations on Facebook. That's LOSTNATIONS. Sometimes it's only spelled with an N, all depending on what platform I'm using. But yes, that's me right
Yeah, we see you, bro. We see you. Bro, talking about a nigga look like Pastor Troy. I'm going to take that as a compliment. When I first started rapping, I sounded like Pastor Troy. The well-ahas and all that. Like, I was, like, the biggest Troy fan. Like, I was growing up in Georgia at the time. Troy just got hot. What's the other one name? Yo, left, right, left, get on up. Drama. That's who it was.
now.
Yeah, Drummer had just came out. So that was the wave right there, man. Oh yeah, I used to snap just like them boys. Thank God I grew out of that. But big shouts out to Pastor Troy. Bro got a feature with one of the people that come on our show a lot. So anyway, man, I got bro in here. Today is gonna be educational.
Yes, educational.
Educational. We gonna, you know me, man. I stay with some smart shit for your ass. So I bumped into another smart nigga. He got some smart shit to say to your ass. Like we on that smart shit this year. Okay. So big, like one thing. I don't know if y'all know about me. Like I'm trying to get a lot of things going. I'm trying to get my business going. I'm trying to get my music going. I'm trying to get the podcast going. I got the merch going. But at the same time, I'm also coaching basketball. That's one of my biggest loves. And with that, I want to do a charity, a nonprofit or a profit. You feel what I'm saying? Whatever. But with that, you bump into other charities and guys who are doing great things out of the love of their heart. When I coach basketball, it's not because I want to say I coach the next LeBron James. No, it's I got something to pass on to the next generation. So why wouldn't I? Like I said, I feel like when a lot of us was growing up, we had the dope boys to look up to. Right. And a lot of people be like, damn, y'all were looking up the dope boys. But a lot of people don't understand. If you was a good kid and your family was known for doing good shit, the dope boys would be the first ones to tell you, nigga, get your ass over. This ain't for you. Stay your ass out of trouble. Yeah. Go play sports. Stay your ass in school. Like the dope boys wasn't always the bad guys. Like real ones went through it so that we didn't have to. Yeah, and they tried to keep us from going through it. So with that being said, I take that as, no, I'm not the dope boy. But I got some good information to pass on to the next generation. Right, so with that being said, I'm gonna let bro give us a background and touch down on what he got going on and the organization and the program that they got going on. Right. And like I said, if it pique your interest, tap in. If not, pass some information along to the next person. How? Hit the share button. Hit the share. Y'all know me. Hit the share button right now. Hit the share button. Don't forget. All right, bro. Okay. Give us a rundown.
Real quick, my name is Brian James. I started Lost Nations, I want to say about 3 to 4 years ago. Initially, it was considered NSU, which was Nation Socially United. You know, Lost Nations isn't going to be my main focus tonight, but I do want to give you a brief description on what Lost Nations is all about. I just feel like we're in a time and day where like speech is being capped on, certain things you can't talk about, certain feelings you can't express. And, being a young man in the Black community, I do feel like, my story is relevant and the things that I've been through are things that I could relate to others. You get what I'm saying? So all the way around, I want to be able to bring my experience to the table. Like I had to go and get my test done to know exactly where my ancestors came from, because really when it comes to school, they only give you like slavery as far as Black history is concerned. And
facts, and half of that ain't true.
Right. And, there's other things that they do teach you, but overall, they don't give, African people a contribution to, where the world is at today. And one of my main focuses when it comes to the youth and, basically us all together is being able to, represent, different tribes that existed in the past and that, had golden ages and did some amazing things that actually contribute to where we're at today. And, not even so distant in the past, you have a lot of contributions that have been covered up just from, since slavery. And this is going to be a lot of things that I have involved in my program, but, that's to say with Lost Nations. Now, when it comes to SOS is a success over submission.
Okay, so hold on. Let me slow them down a little bit.
Okay. So first time, we're breaking it down.
Yeah. And I don't want bro to get moving too fast. So first there's Lost Nations.
Yes, sir.
And then off of Lost Nations, he has a charity that or
it's a youth program.
Right. Yeah, let me say it right. It's a prequel or a shallow end of Lost Nations. So before you jump in the deep end and be like, you know what, this is too much water for me. They got the shallow end for you to baby step your way in, learn what's going on before you run off.
And to also step back too, this is something I personally invested in myself. It's not, like I said, this is my first time really bringing it out into the public. I really wanted to work on it. Sorry about that. Okay.
I want to make sure they hear you.
So yeah, this is my first time really bringing it out to the public. I actually wanted to try to perfect it. This is something that I have a high interest in. And I really do care about. So, this is really new to the world, but it's not new to me. as far as that's concerned. So I do have all the content available, but overall, I am still working on being able to actualize the whole visual. And once I give it to you, you'll understand because there's so many parts to it. And then it's not just simple. But I feel like once it is accomplished, that this is going to be something that children can walk away with, that adults can walk away with, and it could really maybe even have a change globally. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not just a community thing. This is a world thing that we need to work on.
Because ain't nothing going to change with us doing nothing. If you don't do nothing, ain't shit going to change. So the first step is finding the cause to get behind. So with that being said, bro, go back and tell us SOS. What is SOS? Okay. What does SOS stand for, first of all?
So SOS stands for Success Over Submission.
Be on the lookout for merch. I'm going to help bro make that merch. I want to give it down. Right. I like that shit. Success over submission.
Yes, sir.
Break it down for us.
So success over submission basically just means over every hurdle that I've encountered in life, over the opportunity to fail, I've always tried and tried and tried again. So it brought a lot of success to my life. And just with that, I want to be able to encourage younger people who are dealing with a lot of adversities in life to continue to try. So that's what success over submission stands for, is just never give up, basically. But success over submission overall is our youth program, aka our entry-level program, because like I said, this isn't just for children. This is also something that adults could utilize as well. Basically, coming into the program, we have what's called the ancestry test. I'm pretty sure a lot of people have heard of it already. And what it does is it tells you the migrations points that your ancestors came from prior to slavery and also during slavery. Gives you a ton of information about your history. And from there, you're able to have an identity, and the children are able to have an identity, just on a surface level. But when you get into the program, we talk about different parts of lost history, such as, the Carthaginians, the Punic Wars, the Yoruba tribe, the Nigerians. There's a lot of stuff that took place in history that have a lot of monumental aspects to it, especially when we get into the Kemetic culture and we get into ancient Egypt and stuff like that. So we really want to try to inspire a new way of teaching, basically, that you can still get your school learning, but also too, you can learn other things as well that are factual, 100% factual. It'll stand every time. And this is something that your ancestors did. It's something that you can be culturally connected to. This can be considered your heritage, aside from just slavery itself.
So for all my pothead audience, everybody who tune in and just get high all the time, wake your ass up. First of all, I need to break down quickly what he said. First, they gonna help you find your DNA history. You know how everybody be like, I'm a slave for my peoples was a slave. They gonna help you find out what actual tribe you come from. They gonna help you do that first. That's first, man. Boom, coming in the gate. So if you done looked into that ancestry.com and you see a bunch of your friends coming back with a bunch of Irish and European in them, and they blacker than black, and you be like, yeah, bro, I think they lied to you. Yeah, go get a real one. Bro, say they know what a real one is. It gonna help you get a real one. So real that they don't just tell you what percentage you are. Because, yeah, those tests could be true. Some slave owner might have raped a slave, and you can be watered down a little bit and still be as dark as me. That's true. But he's also telling you, we're not just going to tell you what your percentage is. We're going to go as far back as finding what part of Africa your peoples come from. Not only that, y'all have a background program where you're going to not only teach them the tribe they come from, but the successful tribes of the area. Am I right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of history when it comes to Africa.
A lot of lost history.
Exactly.
See, one thing I need y'all to understand, I ain't no big word in the books. Like when I'm pretty, I just catch it out of this conversation. But I know enough to know when they say there's power in words, and a lot of people don't understand words. So when they say his story, the word his story broke down is his story. The winner gets to tell his story, and then it becomes history. You feel what I'm saying? So when it comes to a lot of black history, we didn't get to write the story. We didn't get to tell the story, so the story get misconstrued a lot. Like I tell you, you know what get me still with people in 2023. I would tell them all the time, I say, I want to go to Africa. Man, I don't want to go to Africa. I said, boy, look. First of all, there's parts of Africa that look like your house. Like, go outside, it look just like your house. Like there's trees, roads, cars. Like everybody see the Egyptian pyramids.
Mhm.
Don't even know Cairo is right outside of there. Cairo is one of the biggest cities in Africa, and it's got McDonald's, pizza, Popeyes. like you so dumb and hypnotized by what these people is feeding us on these phones and on movies and stuff like that. Man, I'm so glad I brought this to bro because it's like y'all don't understand, man. It's so much more than what they telling us, and that's one of the biggest things. America is trying to trick you to think this is the best thing. This is the best thing going. This is it. Don't let them play mind games with you, man. Open your mind up. At least, if nothing else, if you hear something that pique your interest, go TikTok it. I tell people that all the time. TikTok and YouTube are some strong tools, man. If you hear him say something, you be like, oh, I might not like what he talking about, but I did hear something he said about this and that and this. Well, go look it up for yourself. That's one of the best things you can do. Go look it up for yourself. Go, because he might be giving you the best shit that you need to hear, but you might not be taking that information in the right way. Go find somebody who will give you that information so you can digest it the right way. I tell people all the time, man. When I learned how to record music, I used to always ask all my engineer friends, hey, man, teach me how to do this and teach me how to do that. You know what they'll do? Yeah. Send me a YouTube link, and I get mad. I get frustrated. I'm like, damn, bro, like you already know how to do this. Just show me. Don't send me no link, bro. I'm right here. Just show me, bro. And you know what he'll tell me? No, it was one person. It was True Baller. I shouts out my dog, True Baller. He looked me straight out because I told him I got so tired of everybody doing it. I said, bro, why don't you just show me, bro? He looked me straight in the eyes and said, bro, how you think I learned how to do this? He said, me sitting here trying to take you step by step, you still might not understand it or get what you need out of it. But me sending you this link will lead to another link and another link and another link. And that bitch got a pause button. And you can go from one screen to the other. And you can look it up for yourself and learn how to do this shit yourself. But I might sit here and waste a bunch of time with you. You still might not understand it. And it made me understand, okay. That's what you're trying to tell me. If I'm interested in something, go look that shit up. If I want to know something, go look that shit up. So I'm glad bro showed up, but we're going to let him break down some stuff. Even if you don't like what bro said or how he said it, but he say something that interests, please take some time to go look it up. He sent me a link. I'm trying to get the link. I ain't got the link yet. Got the link. Copy it and try to send it to me on Facebook. No. Yeah, send it to me on Facebook. You got an iPhone charger? No. It's just crazy. I'm gonna tell you. I just started to buy like 20 of them. I think that bitch. Pull it up on here.
I have to see it. You have to pull up the link. You have an email I can send it to?
Yeah. I like to get it out on Facebook. Everybody find a way to send me music. So SOS, I'm gonna let him get back to breaking it down, but so far that's what it is. On your introduction, bro, gonna help you get your DNA analogy. Am I saying that right? Get the DNA, so that you can find out which tribe you're from. Then again, they're gonna help you get some history on it.
Right. So if we're talking about the program, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up in layman's terms. Basically, you bring either you or your children in the program. They give you the DNA test. The DNA test simply tells you the migrations and the different tribes that are still thriving in Africa today that you are connected to, and it's meant to be for a cultural incentive, basically. But also too, we have a level up from that where you can take that same DNA code that we get from the ancestry, and then we can put it into a larger database that actually gives you other information about your blood type. It really runs deep. It can tell you what's good foods for you, the things that you should avoid. It's really useful information. So aside from that, when it comes to my reason behind it all, in my experience of being a young black man, I feel that once I learned more about history, I felt more connected to it. You know what I mean? And this program isn't meant to single anybody out. No race. It's not even meant to be about race, especially when it's involving the children, because we don't want to, influence their minds. We just simply want to give them something that identifies them, that they can look at themselves in from a young age. So I just feel like if you look at history, if you look at the world and you don't see yourself in it, then where are you gonna end up in that when it comes to the future? You know what I mean? We just got to give our babies a better shot. So even when it comes to us, you know, if we know more about ourselves, then we have more to bring to the table when it comes to discussions about making changes. You know, as a community, basically a black community. And believe it or not, over the years, if you pay attention to the tolls, black communities are growing as far as working together and wanting to do more that's going to actually change, you know, the direction for the future. And once again, this is for the children.
It's fact.
You get what I'm saying? So I don't want to get too deep into that, but
so wait a minute before you get off it. Then let me
Right.
let you get off it. What got you like what got you on this movement? What caught you and got you going on?
Well, I think it's the same as everybody else, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? When it comes down to it, if you pay attention to the news, from Trayvon Martin to Philando Casiel to Sandra Bland to, man, I mean, it just goes on, man. A lot of brothers done died. A lot of people done died and been plastered in our faces, you know. And I feel like, you know, maybe that's something that we're used to. But when you looked at how the community responded to it and how they all responded to it, we got the most light on a situation that's been really messing up the whole directory of all black communities everywhere around the world. And I feel like that's something that we should capitalize on. We should be able to actually say, hey, this, if y'all understand that this is a problem, then let's go ahead and bring forth solutions. And we can't expect them to give us our solutions. I ain't just saying that, you know, as a black thing. This is affecting everybody. You know what I'm saying? Black, white, Hispanic, no matter who you are. If there's a community of people out there that can say that can do something wrong and not do something right to fix it, and, you know, make a single out a group of people in the world, you know, that's just not fair. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want my child, once again, to grow up in that world. You know, one thing I noticed is the older you, or the further you go back into the black community, the older black people in the community, they are affected more so, and we have to have more understanding for them because they came up in the times that they didn't have the opportunities that we have. You get what I'm saying?
Fact.
And nonetheless, we have opportunity, but we shouldn't just settle for that. We should have the same opportunity as everybody else. And people are going to say that we do, but in reality, bro, we are decades behind. You know what I mean? Their generational wealth, it carries on all the way until their children, their children, and their children's children. That's something that we have to be able to provide. And if we're not able to acknowledge a big discrepancy in history, then that's not going to change.
Facts. Fact, man. Okay, so right. I don't know if y'all caught what he said, but I'm gonna say some shit, and I hope it resonates. And it might not be right along with the lines that he said, but I'm gonna tell you this and hope it hits your spirit the right way. So, me and my peoples was talking yesterday, and they were like, "Yeah, we planning a Airbnb next month or September." That's what they say, September. Now, I just had my daughter's birthday yesterday. I got my anniversary coming up. I just had my other daughter's birthday before that. My little brother came up on his birthday. Like, I got shit coming every month. You feel what I'm saying? And I told him, I'm like, hey, man, y'all gotta give me a break. Goddamn, now. Y'all just running up the check. Give me a minute to let me save some of my money real quick. So before I went to sleep, something just hit me, and it was like, damn, y'all get together a lot to plan to spend money. Why y'all ain't getting together to make money? And that right there, it clicked so hard with a saying I've been heard a long time ago. If you expect anything in your life to change, you got to change the way you think. Right. You feel what I'm saying? So I asked them today, I told them straight up, like, we get together and we plan vacations. Like, we plan to spend money. Hey, what we doing this weekend? Y'all want to go to the beach? Like, we spend, and I tell them, like, leaving my house just to put gas in the car and feed all the kids in the car, that's $200. I done spent them the $200 leaving the house, just leaving. I said, why we ain't sitting down and thinking about some ways to get some money? Like, well, I want to do a yard sale. And I told them straight up, like, I don't got a bunch of stuff here at my house to sell, but I'm on Temu all day. Why I'm not buying shit on Temu, then setting it up on the table in my yard, sell the shit I bought off of Temu for the low, and then the money we make off of that, we use that to go on a trip. And now I don't got to go broke.
I mean, that's creative, but damn.
You feel what I'm saying? I ain't got to go broke now. All the money we made off of this little yard sale Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we going to go out and hang out, and I ain't got to go broke. You feel what I'm saying? You feel what I'm saying? Then you can order the stuff that come out almost pennies on the dollar and just sell it for $1.
Yeah,
Just sell it for people come to your yard and say, how much for it? $1.
absolutely.
You feel what I'm
It's
saying?
real- it's
People
real-
give you $1. I'm gonna tell you now. This how far I am now. I don't just talk. People know me. If you know
Right.
me, I don't just talk now.
Right.
So the first thing I went and bought was
People
stickers.
got to be more about businesses. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
what you saying. That's 100%. I agree.
Yeah.
Business mindset and
I bought some
community change and
stickers.
shit.
I think you can get like 100 stickers for like $2. I sell them for 50 cents a piece.
Mm-hmm.
100 stickers at 50 cents a piece. That's $50 all day. Ain't it?
Yeah. That's your money making money.
I bought 300. My wife said, "You know how much people are spending on stickers?" I said, "What?" She said, "Yeah, these people are making thousands on stickers."
Yeah.
Bought me some stickers. Now, you
Right,
ever seen
right.
them people that be wearing them rings that hold their joint while they play the video game?
Mm-mm. Never seen that before.
They sell the little ones with the
Oh, okay. Now
Yeah.
I'm just now piecing together what you
yeah.
just
You
said.
put the
That
ring
is-
on and that bit
okay,
hold the
okay.
joint and you can hold the video
Okay.
and hit the blunt while you play.
Hey, you know I like video games, bro. So you might mess around. I might have to get one of those.
You feel me?
before
I
leave.
bought 'em.
You know what I'm saying?
You
I might
feel
have to get one before I leave.
You feel me? I
Okay.
bought them. Like what? Like that's the part I just bought them.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
Like again, I ain't want to get off topic with what bro was saying, but again, it connect because it's like for us to change the way our life is going and the way our life gonna be for our kids and shit. Like we got to change the way of thinking. Like he said, they up on us in generational wealth. Like our kids are still stuck on going to buy jewelry and Jordans and the next Maserati and this and that. When they don't understand, like my best example is I like to give people when they show billionaires. Them niggas don't got on nothing name brand. Like you won't recognize shit they got on. They almost look poor. And then you realize the watch they got on costs $100,000. You feel what I'm saying? And that's all the jewelry they got on is that watch. They got a cell phone in their pocket just like you. They wore that watch so other rich people know, oh, he up on it. Okay. Yeah, we got to change our way of thinking, man. You can go spend $200 on a pair of Jordans for your kid to go to school. But what if you took them $200 and invested in something and made him sit on that? Oh, I got picked at as a kid and you ain't buy me this and you ain't buy me this. But when they turn 18, you be like, no, that money I didn't spend on you, it's been sitting in a bond and it's been saving up for you. You got over $70,000 sitting in this bank account waiting on you. All you got to do is do right. If you don't do right, it's just going to roll over and roll over and roll over till I decide to give it to you. You feel what I'm saying? Like shoes are shoes. I tell my kids that all the time. Now, do they have name brand shoes? Yes, all of them. I spoil my kids too. Do they all have a bank account? Yes. Do I put money in their bank account? Yes. Do they get to touch their bank account? Hell no, they ain't got no job. You feel what I'm saying? Like they don't know to think that way. I told my son, I said, you want money? You gotta work for it. You feel what I'm saying? Like I pay somebody $40 to come cut the grass. You can make them 40. I'm not finna come home from work and cut no grass. I pay you $40. He said, yeah, I want that. I went and bought a Pushmore. I'm buying him a Pushmore. He gonna cut the grass. I'm gonna give him them $40. Why wouldn't I give it to him? I'm gonna give it to somebody else. You feel what I'm saying? We gotta change the thinking of the way we was brought up because the way we was brought up might not have been the way for the new generation. So now, again, touching on one of the things he might be touching on, because again, this is one of the things that's been sitting on me is I seen a TikTok where a dude said, instead of kicking your kids out at 18, why not let them stay in your house at 18 until they get 25, but make them pay rent, make them pay one bill and put up $150 per paycheck. Then your kid, when they leave at 25 instead of 18, they'll leave the house with a couple $1,000.
You mind
And
if I
then,
comment on that?
oh yes, definitely.
That was some sauce right there. Now I could be wrong for this, but I do feel like when I pay attention to the cultures, it's really just African Americans I see that do that. You know what I'm saying? They can't wait till their child turn 18.
You hear it out
to
your
get them
parents'
out.
mouth when you turn 18. You gotta get out my house.
Man, but when it comes to other cultures, bro, you know, I mean, I admire how they will shack up in that house to them babies 30-something years old.
They sons and daughters will live there till they get married.
It ain't just a black and white thing. You know what I'm saying? Because that's why I brought up the fact that even, you know, as the Creole culture, the Haitian culture, you know what I'm saying, which you know we got a lot of love for as African Americans. share a great bond with them, and culturally we're integrated. But when it comes down to it, when I see them and their families, but they go through hell and high waters together, man.
Yeah, they'll hate each other, but they ain't leaving
Yeah.
the house. Everybody gonna make it happen in this
African-
house until you got your own and you set up like kids in the Indian family. They have their own gas station or they'll be a doctor. Like, okay, so perfect example. I used to hang out in Day City, of course. Shout out Day City. There's a store out there called Pete's Pantry. But Pete's Pantry was owned by a white dude. Then the white dude died. His son sold it to an Indian dude. The Indian dude bought it. We never saw him. We saw his kids and the one dude he hired. But his kids worked at the store and went to school full time. One was going to school to be a doctor. The other was going to school to do something else. But they lived at home with their parents and worked at his dad's store. You feel what I'm saying? Like, this is their culture. Like, we're not even expecting you to leave the house until you are done with this, and this. You feel what I'm saying? Like, as I told somebody else, I said, as a black people, we are taught, like, your whole life. When you get 18, you getting out of my house. You ready. You waiting on 18. Now, as a kid, you waiting on 18 so you can leave. It's like, perfect example. My father-in-law, his son just graduated high school. I said, what he finna do? He said, I don't know, man. I think he finna join the military. Now, when it comes to the military, I'm going to tell everybody two things. The military can be bad and it can be good. I have friends and family members who went through the military, and it was great for them. Nowadays, I tell kids, if you going to go in the military, have a game plan. Don't just go in the military. If you want to go in there, you want to just be a barber. You just want to go get your barber's license. Cool. That ain't got nothing to do with guns and none of that. You want to go in there and you want to be a chef. You want to be a cook. You want to open your catering stuff. Go in there and be a cook. That's fine. You want to be an electrician. Your dad was an electrician, or you seen somebody else who's an electrician, but you ain't got no money in your pocket. You want to go do that? That's cool. Go do that. But if you go in that motherfucker and you be like, I don't know what I want to do, man. I'm just trying to leave home. I want to put some money in my pocket. I'm trying to get that new Hellcat. Man, I'm cracking from give you a whole bunch of guns and put you over there in the stupid area and be like, don't be stupid. And then we finna work the hell out you. And hopefully you won't get killed. So I'm not going to talk bad about the military, but I tell everybody, don't just be stupid. Don't just go in there just to say you're going in there to have something to do, which a lot of black kids do because they feel they got to get out their parents' house at 18. So I told him straight up, I was like, why buddy got to go to the military? Is that what he want to do? He like, he don't know, man. He just trying to figure out. I said, exactly, because his whole life y'all been telling him at 18 he better figure it out. I said, well, why he got to figure it out when you got another motherfucking lad in there, which is his older brother. He 26 years old, getting fired and quitting his job back and forth and all that. You ain't told him to do nothing. So why you putting that much pressure on an 18-year-old who ain't never lived life? He don't know how to pay bills. He ain't got no money in the bank. All he feel right now is he feel like y'all been telling him he got to get out this house. So now that's all he thinking. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I got to get out this house. Black people need to change that. If you want your kids to have a better chance at life than we did, I told everybody I've dealt with, I'm trying to build generational wealth for my kids that in one day that they don't never have to go to work. Like if you hate work, that should be the goal, is to make sure your kids don't go to work.
But I'm going to say this too, though, brother. You know what I'm saying? Like one thing I do notice that even I have been a victim of is I tend to sometimes not take into consideration that the world don't owe me anything. You know what I'm saying?
Not at all.
When it comes down to it, my trauma is something I'm gonna have to deal with. And if I don't create a healthy way to vent, or if I don't create a healthy life for myself, then it's gonna destroy me. So when it comes down to it, no matter what we've been through as a black community, or what type of transgressions we hold against our parents or anybody else, we can't allow those things to stop our growth.
Exactly.
And at some point, we have to consider either mental health.
Preach.
And being able to seek out a therapist, because
Preach.
Your experience isn't normal.
Preach.
You know what I'm saying? What happened or whatever you've been through, it's not okay. It's not something. So don't think that because you went through it,
or you know a family,
fault.
you know a family member went through the same. Oh, all us got beat with this stitching cord. That ain't good.
I don't think nobody takes into consideration like the things that black people go through, and then over a lifetime, how those effects kind of normalizes a certain type of energy that they have, and then you can't really ask why this person been treated black their whole life.
All right, you
know
preaching in this bitch, bro. Oh,
if
you preaching?
if you ask any other race, would they give up their race to be black? They're going to tell you no.
Hell no. They gonna tell you hell no. They ain't just gonna say no. They gonna say hell no.
I seen it.
Cause not only even if you were a good black person and you doing all the right shit and you think your life is half decent, and they be like, well, how much money you make a year? And you be like, oh, I make $120,000 a year. Man, that man gonna be like, man, my dad make that a month. He make that every month, bro. Like they ain't gonna switch lives with you.
Right.
My cousin said he had a homeboy that was sleeping on like he gave him a spare bedroom. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He got kicked out of his parents' house. They put him in he put him in his spare bedroom. Told him, bro, until you get straight, I got you. Get on your feet, blase squaze. He said the man family finally said he could come back home because they thought he was gonna fall on his dick and come crawling back, and because he didn't, they told him he can come back home. So he went back home. They were treating him like shit. Had the man sleeping on the floor and everything. But he asked him like, bro, why you don't just come back? That man told him straight up, I'd rather be here. So my cousin took it as you'd rather be treated like a dog by your own people than treated like normal people over here. Exactly. He'd rather be over there. hey, man, shit be crazy in this world, man.
Yeah.
Shit be crazy. And again, you might say, "Oh, that nigga high, that nigga drink." Bro, I'm telling you real life. He telling you facts. I'm telling you real life stories.
Right.
You feel me?
And the truth is, they go hand in hand, man.
I'd have been there, bro.
That's
why I say you can say I've been there. So another thing I want to tell your people, right? I tell your people, and I hope, bro, take this saying and make young people understand. I tell people all the time. I say if I talk to you, I care. If I take the time to tell you something, it's because I care. I got real love for you. Because I walk past people all the time that I don't give a fuck about. I don't tell them shit. Even though I do, I be like, hey, what's up with you? And I ain't got nothing else really to say. So if I take my time to tell you something, it's because I care for you. You feel what I'm saying? So now I tell kids the way I break it down to them, I said, if I walk home from the store this way all the time, I say every time I come down this road, it's a snake over here and it's a dog over here, and I'm going down this road all the time. Never change. Every time I come down this road, I see it. I've been seeing this every time I come. So now this your first time and you going with me, because you young now. We get into this, you want to find out about some stuff. So we walking down this road and I'm trying to tell you something. And I say, bro, it's a snake over there, and there's gonna be a dog over there. And you be like, yeah, but you keep doing what you're doing. And I say, bro, it's a snake over there and it's a dog over there. After a while, I'm gonna get tired of telling you about the warnings that's coming. If you ain't gonna listen to me about what I'm telling you, I'm telling you.
And this is a reference
to young kids. Okay. Basically, these young kids that don't listen. So again, I'm not saying you gotta listen to me, but I tell these young kids all the time, if I'm telling you some good shit, and I keep telling you, I say, bro, you need to do your homework, you need to go to school, you need to do this, you need to do that, and I keep telling you, and you be like, yeah, whatever, bro, whatever. And we go down that road, and that damn snake bites you, or that dog gets you.
Nah, brother, I want to interject though. I ain't gonna lie. You know, these are fun topics because
talk to me.
At the end of the day, I feel like because I am a younger brother that has encountered the older brother community, being able to reach out. You know, each one teach one. You know, I'm all about that, especially when it comes. That's what my youth program is about, and you know, I like to reach out to other brothers and be like, hey, listen, you know, we in this shit together, type. You feel me? So, but what I feel like is happening in the black community, where the disconnect is happening, is that there's a complex. You know what I'm saying? Young brothers go to older brothers and they feel like they got everything to teach them and don't have nothing to learn, bro. When you know a person is an energy. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Now hold on.
I'm gonna let you talk. I'm gonna let you talk. Go ahead.
Go both ways.
No, go ahead.
But in the beginning, this is where the disconnect is happening. I feel like young brothers feel like older brothers don't treat them like men. Young brothers don't feel like older brothers is taking them serious. You get what I'm saying? When in fact they have their own personal experience and they're an individual that has just as much to bring to the table. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you this because throughout my experience, I've learned that with other brothers trying to, you know, break that curse of always wanting to, you know, fight, because I'm there all the way. You know what I'm saying? When I get there, bro, it's red. You know what I'm saying? So I've had to learn how to adapt into being a man. Now hear me out.
I'm letting you.
So when I'm dealing with these young brothers, bro, I've had to learn that, you know, sometimes I got to sit back and listen to what they have to say, mm-hmm. and see if it makes sense before I interject. Give them time to really like get out what it is they're trying to say, or even help them understand what it is they're dealing with better, which is what I feel like the black community, when it comes from brother to brother, you know, should be doing. And when it comes down to the other side of it, young brothers are a little too fast paced. They got too much all at once, so they ain't really listening to what nobody have to say because in their mind they got it all figured out. Because coming up for me, most of my game came from niggas that's either a year older than me, my same age, bro. You know what I'm saying? And the type of nigga I am, bro. I learned from some younger niggas. You feel what I'm saying? But you know, once again, bringing it back to the black community, that brethren ain't gonna be created until there's a line where, hey, yeah, I'm an older brother, and ancestral respect should be given, which we need to get back to that. But also too, hey, I'm a young brother and I'm a man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just a teenager, 18. I'm actually a man. You don't know what I've been through. You don't know what I've done.
Okay,
that's how they be thinking.
So hold on.
So when you go to tell them some shit and they done already seen some shit and did some shit, bro. So young cats ain't listening to us no more.
Okay, so let me get real deep on you. I'm gonna get deep on you. Then I'm gonna come back. First of all, I'm gonna get deep on you. I'm gonna tell you first of all, every man, black man, and strong man, the first thing they need and want is to be heard. Period.
Absolutely.
Period. To be heard. If I open my mouth to say something, it's because I care. Or I got an opinion and I wanted to be heard. I want to be heard first. Now, second, I'm gonna come back to the shallow end. I'm gonna come back a little bit. That's the first. That's deep now. I need everybody to understand how deep that is. Everybody want to be heard. Somebody asked me, they say, well, bro, what made you start rapping? And I told them straight up, I want to be heard, bro. It was so many times I was sitting around in conversations and people would debo the conversation around me, and me being one of them people that don't really like to over talk people, I just sit back and be like, fuck it, let them niggas talk, man. Right. You know what I mean? But I wanted to be heard. That's why I started rapping. Like, fuck it, when my song come on, you can't over talk me, bitch. I'll turn this bitch up on your ass. That's why I started rapping. It was just that deep for me. I just wanted to be heard. That's why there's a lot of messages in my music. So again, now let me come back to the shallow. Now, to come back to that, all of us need to learn to listen a lot better. So as much as we want to be heard, we have to hear the people that's in front of us. If you have to take time for a conversation. So again, when you come down to them young niggas, like you said, you had to hear them out first. Right, before you said your part. You feel me? Like I said, I talk to some young niggas all the time. And I be like, bro, you shouldn't be riding around with your gun and you shouldn't be doing this. And he be like, Coach, I got in a shootout last week. The nigga still looking for me. I'm like, okay, bet. Well, let's go straight to my house. You feel what I'm saying? I don't stop hanging out with them niggas. I just still try to get to them. Like, bro, if you was at work, you wouldn't have time to be getting beef with niggas, and them niggas wouldn't be able to find you because you have to be at work. You feel what I'm saying? So that's my way of still trying to get back at them. But at the same time, I tell people all the time, everybody want to be heard, but we all got to learn to listen better. Now, as far as the younger generation, if I've seen and done more, or you talk to me about a situation that I know about, bro, if I tell you something, I'm not telling you because I want you to fuck up. I'm not telling you this because I think you wrong. I'm telling you this because this is my part and what I went through. You feel what I'm saying? I get a lot of kids come out of high school that I talk to because, again, I coach basketball. So I get a lot of young kids that come out to me, and I ain't going to lie to you, they be in fucked up situations. But they'll come back and they'll talk to me, and they'll be like, Coach, I want to do this and I want to do that. Listen to me, bro. If that's what you really want to do, go do your schoolwork, bro, and I'll get with you, and we'll work on your basketball game, and then I'll talk to these people up here at these schools, and we'll get you in like a JUCO situation or something like that, and it'll help further your basketball situation, but it all determines on how serious you're going to be about this shit. And when I hear them, and they be like, oh, Coach, and I'm out here doing this, and I be like, all right, Jit, well, I just told you my part, you feel what I'm saying? And I see them later on, and they be like, well, damn, I just ran into a Jit earlier before I called you over here, man. Jit was 13 when I met him. I met his mom before that. She handicapped. Bro was out there hanging out because his mom was handicapped. She couldn't really watch after him like she was supposed to. You feel what I'm saying? Man, I seen Jit today, Jit like 6'1". This whole time I knew him, though, he was like 5'0". And he always felt like he wasn't gonna be tall. I kept telling him, say, bro, just keep playing ball. You gonna be raw, bro. Trust me. And he ain't really hear me. He was like, man, whatever, Coach. Man, I just be bullshitting, Coach. But he liked playing with me and my kids whenever I was out there taking the time to show kids. He'd be right in the middle of the drills, having the ball. But then when it came down to him doing what he was supposed to, he got fucked up. And then it was like, I seen him today, Jit 6'1". He was like, man, Coach, I wish I'd have listened to you, bro. I said, I told you, I knew your growth spurt was coming. I know your mama tall as hell, bro. You had no choice but to be tall. So again, he wanted to tell me then, But I was telling him, like, bro, I know what you're going through. I seen it already. Even though I didn't live through it, I know it's rough for you. I know what it's like when your mom's handicapped, your pops ain't there, your big sister kind of watching you. She makes sure you eating shit, but she really being hot her damn self. So you really trying to find your way in here. You being bad, you running around, you smoking weed. Like, I see all of this. I ain't even got to be there. I see it in you already, bro. I ain't got to be there. But if I tell you something, it's because I care. I'm not taking the time to tell you this because I want you to get fucked up or nothing like that. And I hate when it is a lot of older dudes out there who don't know how to communicate and give out advice. And I won't say it's bad advice, but they're giving it in a bad direction. And it's like they are damn near telling these kids they going to hell or going to jail or finna get killed. And it's like, bro, don't nobody want to hear that shit. If that's how you coming at me, I don't even want to talk to you, man. I got 3 niggas shooting at me right now, bro. Yeah, like, bro, I got 3 niggas shooting at me. Why do I want to talk to you about you? You keep talking about hell and jail, bro. I'm straight. Don't, man. Oh, that nigga goes, yeah, man. I go this way. You feel what I'm saying? So, like, a lot of niggas, I don't like that part of it. I know a lot of young niggas go through it. So I try not to beat their ears down with that. I try to give them some kind of hope, some kind of dream. You feel what I'm saying? Like, all you gotta do is find something to believe in. I know some of the worst people. I ain't gonna say the worst, but they getting a lot of bad habits that could lead to them being some of the worst people. Then they have a kid and all that shit stopped. It took a kid, but it slowed them down quick. Them niggas go get jobs. Them niggas be at 9 to 5. They posting pictures of the baby every day. It used to be good money, guns, and racks. Now they talking about baby. I got a baby shower, man. Y'all, we at the park with the family.
The truth, boy. You ain't never lied, boy. That's crazy, dog.
I hate for it to be a kid that slow him down, but it'd be great when you see it. You be like, yes, at least it didn't take jail to get you straight, bro. Little baby came quick enough, and now you good. You ain't worried about that. You got a 9 to 5. You taking care of your jit. Every time I look on Facebook, you a great father. Your baby mama ain't talking shit. Y'all ain't even together. I'm proud of these niggas, man, and I love when I see that shit, bro. Yeah, so that part of that, I love it, bro. But I wish a lot of younger kids will find a dream and an inspiration before it get to the baby situation. You feel what I'm saying? Like, but God don't make no mistakes.
I mean, with the times that we in, man, just to see these babies be born is a beautiful thing.
That's real.
All the way.
That's real.
We need more babies. We need more black babies, beautiful babies. You know what I mean? Hey.
Now, with that being said, I don't want to get bro in no trouble, man. The first time we met, bro said he want 10 kids. Was you for real with me?
Well, hey, I mean, that's one hell of a conversation to be having right now. But yes, I mean, I won't say 10 kids. I'll probably be a little bit dramatic at the time when I said that.
But you want to lie though.
I don't mind my children. Like, my seeds are like the most beautiful thing, bro. Like you said, bro, they change you. They make you better. They make you wiser. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be the man I am today. I probably wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for my kids. So shout out to my babies.
I got 5 of them.
Shout out to my babies. I got 5 too.
I got 5 of them.
Kumora, shout out to my baby Kumora. Shout out to my baby boy Brian. Shout out to my baby girl Cara. Shout out to my baby boy Balin. Shout out to my baby boy Zion. Daddy love you.
Facts. Right. Like I said, I got 5 of them. Y'all ever hit me up there today? Y'all be like, where you at, bro? I be like, at work, nigga. I mean, I don't got a 9 to 5. I got a 7:30 to whenever the fuck we get done, because money got to come in the house type of job, bro. So if y'all ever call me, bro, where you at? I'm at work, bro. Don't you got a job? Why you ain't at work? I'm at work. That's why I'm at. Now you know why. Every day I get up, I got 5 kids, bro.
What?
I got 5 children.
When they ain't
cheap. Ain't no stop. We don't. I don't even got a slow down button over here. We just gonna go, big.
Your grind gotta be strong.
Again, back to what I said. Getting them different side hustles, man. Bringing in that extra cash. That's right.
Lost Nations, man. Check them out. We definitely got clothing. We got merch. We're gonna be putting that out there pretty soon for y'all to check out. So right now it ain't no rush.
Facts, bro. Said now the site he been trying to tell us about. We can't get it up, but Lost Nations is up on Facebook.
I mean, when it comes to the site,
y'all can. I'm gonna post it on Facebook when his phone died on him. So when he get that back to me,
I do got the link for it. Hold on.
I said nothing else. You can tell him, bro.
It's a long link. You know what I'm saying? I'll be sitting here. Crazy.
Just vibing, bro. That's what the show about. Vibe. That's why a lot of people come on. They be like, I ain't never did this, man. I'm like, it's straight. I keep you rolling. I kept you rolling.
All right, so check. This is how we're gonna do this.
Tell me.
So it's gonna be HTTPS with the double dots, the // and it's gonna be KUSHIT LITTE. Man, listen.
No, you finna type it in.
I ain't finna do it, bro. I can't.
Type it
I
in.
can't do it. I finna here. Listen. Let me. You got an email I can send it to you?
Pull it up.
The whole thing right there. See, it's a Canva website, so it's gonna take you. It's probably not gonna take it to you directly. Do that way. Let's see what happens. Ooh, basically with this website, one of the things that we talk about is lost history and lost nations in SOS. A lot of it is done, as of course we know, is African history. On this website, what I have is a direct correlation to the Nile Valley civilization, how long it lasted, different scientists who've done their studies and been able to actually show different things as far as history is concerned, where Black people are indefinitely involved and are actually the creators of a lot of the world's, biggest monuments, as far as like the pyramids are concerned. Of course, a lot of people always put up that argument, but that argument has been demolished. There was a scientist, he was a carbon scientist,
You got Facebook on him?
named Chika Diop. My Facebook is on his phone.
Oh,
Yeah, so
try to text it to Mickey.
yeah, I'm trying. It's that. See what I'm saying? Just too much.
Even if you don't get it to me tonight, I get it posted though.
Yeah,
We're gonna keep it rolling with that.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Right. So Chika Diop, he's basically a scientist, a carbon physicist. He was able to create a test that is still used, I think, up until the day where for the firefighters that test your skin to determine what type of melanin you have, which then would determine the race of a person. So, for example, if a firefighter shows up on the scene and somebody's burnt, charred up, you can't really see their skin, or you can't determine anything. They'll get the dental records, but that takes time. But with the melanin test or the melanocyte test, it'll tell you exactly what race the person is right then and there. Well, that same test was created in order for them to find out the race of the mummies in from ancient Egypt.
Yeah,
and they were able to determine that all the mummies
are not white
in pre-dynastic Egypt, which was the Kushite Empire, or the Kushite, the Kemet. These were all African people. So that website that we'll be posting up later, it just has that. There's also a brother named Anthony T. Browder. He's a part of what's called the ASA Restoration Project. There's a great story about this tomb in Sudan. This tomb had the casings of a brother named Morocco or Moon. I might have had that chopped up a little bit. I haven't really brushed up on the Egyptian or the Kemetic, verbiage and stuff like that in quite some time. But the brother is definitely doing some great stuff. He does have funding that you can go on and you can donate. But basically, they take trips out to Egypt every year, and they do an excavation on ancient history that is connecting Egypt and Africa more and more every year, not just through the 25th dynasty. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of great things happening over there. And with the Chika Diop and the study on the melanocyte test and all that stuff that I was just talking about, that just kills that whole conversation about if the ancient Egyptians are Black. They are indefinitely Black. There was no Europeans in that part of the world.
Yeah, white people, to be perfectly clear with y'all, when we say he was Black, we don't really mean he was Black. We mean he was definitely not white. He was Egyptian, Indian, Black, Europe. We'll take any of that. We won't take European at all, my boy. Like, so the way y'all get to put all them white people in the movies, that's cool. That's y'all movies. Y'all pay for them, but yeah, we don't buy none of that.
I mean, as far as it goes for Black people, no, they were directly Black.
Yeah, that's Africa is Africa. We might have moved from one part to the other,
right,
and these people might not look like those people, but they Black.
If you look at any pictures they have of Khufu, the builders of the pyramid, and it really isn't pictures, they're just like some type of stone casings that are colored. That was a Black man. Come on, man. Yeah. And his father built the pyramid prior to that.
That's just like, I'm from Florida. If my son moved to Georgia, find a girl, have a kid, his kid from Georgia, but We still black. We still related. Like he can say all he want. I'm from Georgia. Man, I'm a Floridian. Boy, we the same people.
Absolutely.
We the same people. I don't care how you look at it, Jit. I don't look like you though. I look like my mom. I don't care. We the same people. We still the same people.
Right.
You just look like your mama. Yeah, you just look like your mama. So again, I say that to say people move from one part of Africa to the other. Yeah, Egyptians might not look like the black people down by the equator.
All right.
Yeah, so they might not. The Egyptians might not look like the South Africans. That's still Africa, bro. Yeah, that's still we still people, bro. I don't look like you. I look like my mama. I don't care who you look like, but I know your daddy. Your daddy named Earl.
Bridging that connection, man, and that's the biggest thing right there.
Yeah,
we just gotta unite.
That's it.
110.
All us got that one cousin that stayed in the suburbs, talked real proper, and he act like he ain't part of the family. But I know your mama. But your auntie used to beat people up in high school.
Mama used to beat people
your mama used to beat people up. She was around with my mama. I know this. They used to keep us in your ass was in the house. I remember all this, boy. Okay, yeah, we the same people. That type of stuff. We just know he wasn't white. That's all we do know. He wasn't white. So you keep your moving, but we know.
Yeah, and that's just that's the part that makes what I'm trying to do very important is the fact that there is not enough representation of black people when it comes to history or anything. You know what I'm saying? We want to be able to represent ourselves, dog, because if we continue to let them represent us, then we're gonna
always gonna be in the bad light.
Come on, man.
And even with the bad light they get, they're gonna give you some new bad light because they don't want you to touch on the old bad light. They like, nah, get over that.
The way they talk about us as African Americans, not just Africans, but even other Africans talk about us.
Bad. Yeah. But again, with that being said, he might not agree with me on this one. I ain't gonna lie to you. I might be on my own. I might be on my own island with this one. But I feel like the same way black people feel they need to get together, like damn your lineage. Again, I'm not saying what you said, but what I'm saying is like we here now, bitch. Like we need to group together. Again, we need to learn our past so we aren't doomed to repeat it. Right. But we here now. We need to get together now. The same way he say Africans look bad on Americans. I got some cousins I look down on too. Like, damn, get your dumb ass up. Like, why is you feel what I'm saying? I got with my own the same little brother-in-law I was telling you about. He started working with me. I like, bro, how you don't know how to work a drill, dog? Your pops is a carpenter. Because all he been doing is playing PlayStation. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm not saying what I'm saying out of blind luck. No, I see this shit. Like us as black people, we still got the wrong thinking. We're not trying to build our future up. It's more about what can I do now? What can I have now? I want possessions now. And I tell a lot of people.
And the other races are laughing at us because of it. You know what I'm saying?
They happy to sell it to you.
So I'm gonna definitely agree with you. But what I will say though is that if people really, for one,
we have the power to make a change before he get on. We are that much as a people. Like we got enough of us here. Like again, you might plan a vacation with 10 people, and all of y'all get y'all money right for that vacation. Why the hell y'all saying 10 people ain't getting together on planning on making some money? Mm-hmm. You can take the same money you spent on a vacation. 10 people get together for $400. That's $4,000. Why we couldn't get $4,000 together, invest in on
start a business? Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Why we couldn't do that? Like we did that on a weekend.
So what I'm gonna say to that in contrast is that even though we can look at our community and say there's a lot of fixing that needs to be done, if we do look and we do get involved, it'll lead us in the direction where the rest of the community that is actually working on it right now. All right, because we have a lot of people. You got the brother. Not everybody agree with Dr. Umar, but Dr. Umar, he started that school. It took him forever to do so. We'll say that, but he started the school.
Again, I think Umar's biggest problem was he didn't want funding.
He took a lot of funding, didn't he?
He took funding from people. Right. He didn't want funding from organizations.
Absolutely.
But I'm gonna tell you the problem with that is, first of all, you already cut yourself down to a limit. You're only gonna have so much, and then the fact that they're gonna watch over your money, it's almost like you already planning to hide something. Like, bro, why do you care what the money is if your outcome is gonna be what it is? If you could put 100,000 people through your schooling program and they are able to go out into the field and be successful, why do you care what they see?
I wouldn't focus too much on the ins and outs. As long as the brother's doing what he says he's gonna do, that's what's important because of the fact that these white people doing all kind of shit.
Again, even if he wanted to, that's cool.
Right.
But you automatically turned it down. You need that, okay. And I take that as an example.
He shouldn't have did that.
I take that as an example with my boss. My boss started his AC company, right? And the guy that helped him start his AC company was like, "I'm gonna give you $50,000." And him being the kind-hearted guy he is, not knowing business, he was like, "No, give me 25." And that's how I felt Dr. Umar did it. Instead of him saying, "Well, we're not gonna take public funding," so he was, instead of him saying 50, I'd rather get 25 from the people. Well, what you don't know is, instead of just starting up in business, you got to go buy tools. You got to go buy another vehicle. You got to go get a place to start a warehouse. Like,
this shit happened damn near after Hidden Colors came out, bro. You know how long ago that was?
You're right. And again,
long time.
he had a great.
With all due respect, bro, I love what the brother talks about, man. He
had a great idea.
That's why, regardless of what he's doing, bro, what he's talking about is still valid. So
everything he's talking about, all the dating white girls, but
100.
his main idea of that school being taught by black people.
That's kind of where my inspiration comes from. Not 100% because I don't feel like he's touching on what I want to touch on, but that's been a big.
It was definitely to me. It was definitely a great idea. I tell people all the time, like Charleston White. I do not kick it with Charleston White, but you can clearly listen to him and understand the man is very intelligent and he knows what he's talking about.
He cares about the community.
Yeah,
I don't agree with the brother.
I don't kick it with that dude at all. Like, you pick a fight and then call the police when the fight gets started. Like, I'm not in that for that. I would not. Exactly. That's why I can't say I'm with Charleston White at all. But you can listen to him and understand. He is smart enough to understand. You feel what I'm saying? So that's how it is for me. Like, bro, Umar had a great idea, but it's like, bro, your idea is bigger than what you like. You don't understand how big. You need a dean.
Yeah, you got to fill in those shit.
There's people that
you had a big idea, but you weren't ready to fill.
You was in your mind. You was like, I'm gonna play almost every position.
Man, let me stop going against my dog, bro. Listen, if you're watching this, Dr. Umar, bro.
But again, I don't feel like I'm going against him.
You kind of took some time to get that shit together.
Yeah, I'm not saying I'm not going against him. I'm not even saying. I think he had a great idea. I just thought he was. In his mind, he wanted to play too many positions. No, bro, you built the idea. Now make yourself in a position. He could have built the idea, put someone in charge, get the government funding and all that, and then made himself a lifetime history teacher.
Right. Play the back role in it.
And then not even the back role. Like, they call it tender. Like, if you get a job as a tender professor at a major university, you have a lifetime position. He could have put himself like that. And it's not nothing that he cheated and did. No, this is something that's already going.
He feel like he wanted to be the head of it, and he just.
I don't know. I just think he felt like when you first said we're not gonna get government funding, why not? The white people taking it. They rich as hell and still taking it.
So what I remember is when he said he didn't want to take government funding is because the government funding comes with government rules. You know what I'm saying?
Follow the rules.
Man, hell no. But listen, it's just like the church. If you go to the church, certain things they can't read.
But again,
you know what I'm saying? Because of government.
But again, listen to me, bro, because
like
you can't concentrate on that in the beginning. The beginning goal.
That's a moral, man.
But listen to me. Your goal is to take 100,000 men and have them thinking the way you thinking. You might not get to tell them everything, but they can't stop you from starting private clubs and starting.
I agree with that. Things should be done more in private. They did kind of.
They do it.
Yeah, right.
They have sororities and fraternities, and these are private clubs that only certain people are allowed to be in. Like, I'm not telling black people to do anything different than what's already being done, bro. You feel what I'm saying? I just think the idea was bigger than what he thought. So again, like I said, make himself a lifetime professor. Give these kids a chance, because even like you said,
you mean for him to put somebody in a position that can really fulfill.
You want to put a bunch of people that think like you in different positions. But again, like you said,
I don't know what's stopping them from doing that. That's
but younger kids got a feeling on one thing, and older people like Umar, even though he's saying some great shit, it might not be with the times.
But
like I told my son,
whether old or young, if you ain't on the same topic, it don't even matter.
And that's facts. But I tell people all the time, when I was coming up, weed was bad. Like, weed was so bad that they was locking niggas up on the regular for weed. Now it's not only legal, but it's to the point I tell my son, my oldest son, you need to figure out how to get in the weed game. There's legal ways for you to get in the weed game. You don't have a felony. You ain't never been in no trouble. You can go be a bud tender and this and that and this and that.
In the next 20 years, it'll be very, very well normalized.
Yeah, but he can take the steps right now to start getting just his background in it, so that in 5 and 10 years, when I got the money to help him,
I mean,
invest,
they have the classes at the colleges. You can go take the agricultural classes right
I'm
now.
already trying to put my wife in that right now.
Like
I ain't even playing with y'all, but like that's $1 billion weed industry in California. What make you think it's not gonna be that big here? But that's the difference from my generation to his generation. So Umar might be like, you don't need to smoke weed, don't have this in your body, don't have it. Bro, it's a different time. It's a totally different time. Now I'm not gonna say people should be doing drugs, but ain't no way you should be judging me for smoking my weed. And when I smoke my weed, I'm able to sit down, concentrate, and get an understanding.
Check, though, on a professional level, though, how far will you get as far as being able to communicate with the masses if you on that I'm still smoking weed? You know, so some people on Umar level of what he's doing, I can understand if he is like a raging pothead at home, but he gonna get on TV and be like, yeah, no smoking weed, guys. You know, I can see a nigga like that doing some shit. You know what I'm saying? Man, hey, on some real though, hey, let's not act like Umar didn't have a crazy personal life.
But I wouldn't want nobody to say that.
That when it got public, you know what I'm saying? This nigga really like.
But I'm gonna be honest with you. The way I feel about it, a lot of things, I feel like, how are you judging people for the way they live in their life when we done all been through something, doing something?
That we got to get past the judgment, man. We just
why fuck the judgment?
Did you get on the table?
What Eddie Griffin say? Did you hear Eddie Griffin say? Did you get the message?
That's okay.
Did you get the message? Regardless of how the message came in or how it was delivered, did you get the message? Well, a crackhead told me this, bro. It came from a crackhead, but it was the best shit you. I must say this, and I still get this legit shout out, bro. Like you said, like you gotta listen to the younger generation. Yeah. I swear to God, I still tell this shit to this day. The best thing anybody has ever told me, because one thing I used to tell everybody, money ain't hard to get. Don't be stressed about money. You gonna get money. Right. Anybody can get money. Jit told me, he looked me straight in the face. After I told him that, he said, Coach, everybody can get money. Everybody can't save it. I said, boy, you gonna be all right in life. I looked him straight in his face and told him, you gonna be all right in life. That's the best thing anybody has ever told, or all the lessons I've ever learned. A Jit told me the biggest lesson I've ever learned. Like, bro, like, yeah, you gonna get money, you gonna keep getting money, but are you saving it? What you doing with it?
What ain't that the truth, man? It take a lot of discipline not to spend that money.
Not to spend what you just gave somebody else 40 hours of your life, and you was tired after that, didn't really want to do nothing else. And then as soon as you get it, you ready to go blow it on some shoes in a weekend? Jit said, I'll tell you, Jit said the craziest thing I ever heard in my life, but
that's real, man. That's real.
Jit looked me straight in my face and told me, but everybody ain't gonna say that shit, Coach. I was just gonna say we finna get off.
Oh, you finna wrap it up? Oh,
yeah, we finna wrap it up.
Over.
Yeah, we've been here.
Game.
Yeah, is it?
Okay. All right, well, you know.
But bro say he gonna come back. Now everybody tell me that and they don't never come back. But one more time before he get out of here, is Lost 2 T's Nation on Facebook. You can find my bro. Make sure you go check him out. You want to tell him your personal one more time? Oh, that's the only place they find you, Lost Nation.
As of right now, just go to Lost Nations. If you want to have me, I do have other platforms, but you know we're still under construction over there. You can actually get to SOS through Lost Nations, I believe.
I will have the link posted up and Smoke One with your boy. And if you want to be tagged, let me know. I got you. Like I said, we're gonna have bro tapped in more than once, so y'all make sure y'all stay tapped in, man. Anything else you want to tell the people before you go? What's the last message you got for the people, bro?
I mean, the biggest message of all, man, is just, you know, stay informed. You know, don't let nobody tell you that you ain't going through something, bro. You know, you really having a real experience out here. Being black ain't easy. You know, much love.
And I'm gonna tell you the most important thing I will ever tell you, because I always tell you. Let's take care of the ones that love you, because everybody don't give a fuck about you, man. It's your boy, Mr. Florida. This is Smoke One with your boy podcast. This is
Ace Crazy. Nah, Lost Nations, man. That's the old me. Yeah.
We gonna get out of here, man. Y'all be safe. Till next time, man. I'll be back 8:30, 10 o'clock, man. I'm out of here. Bang.